Hi, it is Divine Saturday in my world. I'm Liz. Let's talk about stone casting for divination. I have a collection of stones here. I'm going to show them all to you at once. There is tiger's eye in there, and lodolite, and hematoid quartz, and carnelian, jade. I've got a list over here. Unakite, rainbow obsidian, and blue quartz. I'm going to take them all, and I'm going to put them in here. Now, when I went to pick these out, there were a couple things I kept in mind. I wanted a good variety of answers to my questions for divination, but I also wanted stones that were not round, not squared off, not because those are bad choices, but because I didn't want to subconsciously remember the round one in here means this and kind of accidentally feel around for it, or the square one means that. So I picked ones that deliberately didn't have that because there's just more choices. They're going in my bag. I'm going to give that a shake. You're going to ask your question. You're going to reach in, and if it's a one stone reading, you're going to grab one stone. And this is the rainbow obsidian. So this is telling me that I want to protect myself and stay calm and grounded if at all possible. Now, maybe you're going to get a one stone reading. It's probably going to run you $5 most places. Maybe you're going to get a 3-stone reading. So let's put that back in. And I only grabbed 2, but they looked good, I got to tell you. There's one. So what have I got here? I have gold tiger's eye. This is kind of a yes. This is go for it. Go on the adventure. It's going to be great in the end. And then I have jade. This is a nephrite jade. That is a symbol of luck, of longevity, all kinds of really wonderful things, including protection. And then I have here the lodolite that I mentioned earlier. And the lodolite says, look inward to find the answers to things. Look at yourself to see what you can change in yourself and in the world around you to achieve the goal that you're looking for. Not a bad reading. If you want to do 5, well, I grabbed enough, you can do 5. And the collection can be as big or as small as you would like it to be, which means you can start with 5 stones. You'd probably want to look for one that would give you a clear yes. I would argue the tiger's eye kind of does that. It says go for it. You want to look for something that gives a clear no. And I wouldn't say the rainbow obsidian does that, but I would say plain obsidian says protect yourself. And that's think twice before you act in this situation, please. This might not be the right thing to do. And then some things in between to give you some indicators about how to go forward or how to step back. And that's where like the carnelian I grabbed comes in, because it's a sign of bravery. You might have a little bit of a struggle to get to the goal that you're trying to reach. But if you've already gotten the gold tiger's eye, the whole thing is saying, go for it, but be brave, be prepared to maybe face some things that are not fun, but do it because it's going to be wonderful, especially if it's combined with something like the nephrite jade, which is going to say you're in a position where you're going to have good luck. So look for a variety of stones, look up their meanings. I don't know how other shops do it. We've got some charts that give you some indicators for what the stones mean, but you also have at your fingertips a pretty decent reference for this kind of thing, because it's not a big moneymaker, so nobody's manipulating it a ton. So if you're interested in stone readings, it is not a service we're offering here yet. Making no promises though, but there may be a class coming up here on it in the next few months. So be on the lookout for one of our by donation classes for stone reading. And by the way, the bag doesn't have to be this big. I picked this bag because it was big enough to get a hand in, which I like, because I like going into picking the stones as opposed to just like scattering them and seeing how they group, which is another way you can do this. And you can't see through it. That too, for me, is a factor, because again, I don't want somebody looking at what they're picking. You want to let fate play a hand in the reading. You can't see what there is before you do it. And as I said, the alternative is to toss them all out, see how they're grouped, and use their spacing and positioning as part of the reading as well. But that's a whole nother layer. Maybe we'll talk about that next week. In the meantime, have an amazing week, because you're an amazing person. I know that. Everyone here at Magus Books knows that. You're an amazing, magical person. and have the week you deserve. Have that amazing week. I hope we get to see you. I get to see you here again, or you get to see me at least. And then I get to see you at magusbooks.com or in our shop in Northeast Minneapolis. In the meantime, blessed be.